Well, guys, we had a very fun time in Bolton. The Bolton track is, the last 3 years, 2 years, has not been the best. They've brought in a lot of sand. They wetted it down quite a bit, so it was actually much better this year than last year, but it still was not amazing. But we were able to get out there. They had figure eight racing, mini and full size and trucks, but I was the only mini car that showed up, and there was only 2 full-size W bodies that showed up. And the problem is I built both of those W bodies, so they're very tough W bodies. I built them for a buddy who took them halfway across Canada to race them, and they were supposed to die, but they didn't die and they came home. So I had to go against 2 of my own cars, which is difficult. I will say is difficult beating up something that you loved enough to actually build, but it was fun. They announced right before we went in that the Derby would have an extra $1,000 for the hardest hitting driver of the day. So I determined that was going to be me. So I said, whatever it takes, you are going to hit somebody so hard that they're going to call you mama. So we hit somebody very hard. And so I had a game plan going in, and I knew those W bodies were a lot stronger than me in the front because they were built to different rules than what I was allowed. So I knew not to mess with the front of them. I knew that I had to peel over a back tire and slow the W bodies down, so then that way I could be able to keep up with them. So within the first minute, I had 1 tire conked over on the back of each W body to help slow them down. And it was a strategic plan. I tried not to use the back of this thing. The Toyota Echo rear axle in the back worked out amazing. It was hopping and jumping and skipping, but I think that's because bodywork was into it. 0 complaints about this Toyota Echo rear end inside this thing. So from now on, all the Yaris's, Echoes, and maybe even Corollas, the newer ones, I'm probably going to keep the rear ends out of just to put into Derby cars. They seem to hold up, so I'm going to keep using them. So these W bodies had back window bars that went down to the floor, and I knew the only way to beat them was just to hit the back as hard as I can. Well, this frame rail is 90 degrees. The subframe is splitting apart. But the actual subframe itself is in pretty good shape. It's just the frame is not having a good time. Like, my hand is actually inside the frame there. This thing still runs and drives, but unfortunately we did bend our header. So she's kinked pretty bad down there. The whole engine's covered in oil, but it still runs. I do not think that we're gonna run this thing again, and I think that we're going to just pull it apart and hope for a great time. I don't think I'm gonna pull it apart yet though. I think I got a vehicle ahead of it to pull apart. You know, if there's another Derby that comes up that's like late in the year that I can just go out there and play and party, maybe this is what I'll take to it. It's hurt. God damn is it hurt. But it's still a good car. The Bolton Fall Fair, the one thing I really like about Bolton is they actually listen to the drivers. And what I mean by that is the fair's asked, what do we want? And the payouts in Bolton are great. The payouts are not the issue. The issue is the track is the issue. It is too sandy. It used to be on this like pull track where you just slide through all the corners, and it was amazing. They've switched it to like this super sandy horse track, and that's the issue. And I think a lot of drivers are not coming there for it. But I still showed up. I still had a great time. This car did not let me down. It performed everything that I wanted to do. Would I have liked it to be tougher? Yes, but unfortunately, this car was built for Schaumburg, then ran in Beaton, and then went to Bolton, and now it might run again. So like, these cars get used up so much, and it's hard to build it to run one show when there's like 7 different shows that you can go to almost in the same weekend. So it needs a little bit of work. She still runs, she still drives, she still stops. I'm not saying she's scrap yet, but she's getting pretty damn close to it. We do have an in-car footage inside of this thing, so it's ready to go. I got it's probably already up by the time you guys are watching this, but I had a fun time. I did. Do I wish there was more cars? Yes. Do I wish that the track was in better conditions? Yes. Do I wish anything else would change? No. I had a great time. The fair board is a nice fair board. The tech is always very, very generous in Bolton. And I want Bolton to be good again. Like, there was a time when there was like 15, 20 mini smash in Bolton, and now there was one. So it's something that's really affecting Ontario right now. Some fairs are affected by it more than others. Brampton had no mini smash at all this year. What other shows had other, like there was only one. I think Millbrook only had one truck. A lot of the places are getting 2-3 junk runs, which is not great. Car count is greatly affecting everybody here in Ontario, and I bet you it's affecting you in the US, Alberta, New York. There's some shows that are immune to it, but then there's some shows that are affected heavily by it. So guys, get out there, build junk, get to the derbies. We want to support these fairs, because if they disappear, if like a derby disappears, like for example, if the Bolton Derby disappears, it'll never come back. And the perfect example of that is Grand Valley. Grand Valley at one point in time would have over 100 cars. 100 cars would go to Grand Valley for a demolition derby. And then all of a sudden they stopped having the derbies, and there's no demolition derbies there anymore. The fair is crap without a derby, and you guys know it. Like, most of the fairs around us don't even have rides anymore. They all get blow-up castles because the insurance is so much. Get the derbies, get the cars going, and we'll see you guys on the track. Thanks for watching. This Toyota Camry here is pretty beat up, pretty bruised, but she still runs. Now we have to go talk about the figure 8 car. So we'll see you guys back here tomorrow to watch a different derby and talk about the figure 8 car. Thanks for watching, guys. See you back here later on Zach's Workshop.